All right, joining me now is Georgia State Senator Tonya Anderson. Tonya, thanks so much for being here. Big day.
Thank you for having me. It is such an exciting day.
All right, so I'm curious about what you're doing. We've talked to some other BLLN leaders about really inspiring the next generation of future lawmakers, but also what the progress that they're making with current right now. But what are you doing specifically for Black women to get more women, not just in government, but in corporate leadership, in nonprofit organizations?
So, as the national president for Black elected legislative women, I am bringing together the trifecta, is what I call it, of Black legislative women, over 380 members throughout our 34 of the 50 states. And I'm bringing together Black legislative women with Black executive women who are some senior executive vice presidents of some of the organizations that are listed in this exchange today, bringing those executive leaders together with Black women lobbyists as well at our annual conference so that we can talk about how to create policy around economic equity, around health equity, and around education equity.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you're facing, especially women, Black women, and what are you doing with your platforms to really enact some progress and some change on that front?
So some of the things that we face daily, of course, is, gender equity when it comes to pay. We face that health equity, Black maternal health is a huge need for policy to be created. And then, the education piece. Black women are the ones who end up with probably a lot of student debt more than any other because we have to overcompensate for being Black, for being women. And then we go for the high-paying jobs, so that degree requires a lot of money because a lot of us are single parents, and then some of us are just want to be, are overachievers like me. And it just creates opportunity for us as Black legislative women to have the conversations with others so that we can know what policy to put in place.
You were elected to Georgia State Senate to represent Georgia's 43rd district back in 2016. Talk to me about some of the other initiatives that you're focused on through the rest of 2024.
So I'll tell you, I started out as a city councilwoman, was elected mayor, state rep, and now state senator, my so far favorite place to serve. And so working on a criminal justice reform is one of my and it is bipartisan support. I am so proud to say that I do have the bipartisan support in my chamber and just the well-respected colleagues that I have so that policy can be created around equity and justice and giving people another chance, because we say a second chance, but a lot of that is a chance after a chance because all of us have had that second chance and we moved on to the third and fourth. But just working on opportunities to give people the ability to live a life.
You weren't lying when you said you're an overachiever with all of those credentials. All right, we're going to be wrapping up the show, so I want to give you a chance to really leave the audience with the final word, especially as we approach Juneteenth, given the significance. What is the point that you really want to home in on?
I want us to celebrate Juneteenth and the meaning of Juneteenth, but we also want our friends and colleagues and allies to speak up and speak out against that which has enslaved people, not just as slavery, but just as any other economic injustice or education injustice or healthcare injustice. Let's speak up and speak out about that so we can celebrate Juneteenth, not just on June 19th, but every day.
Tonya, thank you so much. Really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me. This is an exciting moment.
It certainly is.